A very good morning to you all and welcome to Sälen in central Sweden, where the fourth leg of this year's Swix Ski Classics and one of, if not the most prestigious long-distance cross-country skiing race in the world is about to get underway. Well, my name's Simon Wilcox, your commentator for the next 4 hours or so. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the 90th edition of Vasaloppet. 90 kilometres of tough skiing lies ahead for the thousands of eager participants that truly make this a winter sporting spectacle. Just under 16,000 fearless adventurers will brave the elements, and joining me to witness the climax of what is known in this part of the world as Winter Week is none other than Krista Skål, who knows a little bit more about the art of cross-country skiing than yours truly, having coached no less than 4 national teams, including, of course, his native Sweden. Great to have you with us, Krista. Tough conditions this year.
Yes, thank you very much.
Well, as you mentioned, there have been fears all week that the race might not happen, as the course has been extremely wet in places throughout the week, though hundreds of volunteers have helped the race organisers, who have done an extraordinary job considering that the weather gods have conspired against us. So here we see the leaders at the moment in the Ski Classics series. It's Norway all the way as far as the men are concerned. Simen Østensson and John Kjølstad out in front, 490 points. Team Centric leading the team standings at the moment. On the women's side, Sarina Bonner, and here she is. Well, if you like a flutter, the bookies' favourite is a former winner, Jørgen Brink, who can get at 5-1 ahead of this race. Do you think Jørgen Brink will be there or thereabouts, Krista?
I think so, of course. He's going to be there. And he's easy to see on the TV too, because he has a suit that looks like a tiger.
Okay.
There's a team lease plan. Now we're going to see it. Interesting to see here now when it's going to be only 12 tracks after a while. It's really soft on this starting field. So this is special. This is not normal that it looks like this, and no one seems to know what tracks they're going to choose.
Which line to take.
And for the first skiers here, it's quite easy, I hope. But for those behind that, it's going to be probably they have to wait for a long time on the starting field.
So nightmare conditions to start with. Into the bottleneck soon.
Yeah.
And the first hill.
It looks like Rickard Tunnell on the left side, start number 84. He is up in the top already from the start. Maybe try to do the same as he did in the first race. He went away by himself, but
it's not just about the elite, of course, today. 15,800 skiers. So a lot of first-time skiers out there, or first-time Vasaloppet skiers.
And no accident in this first part for the elite skiers. That's good. I can see a fall for one person, and that could stop many skiers. If one person has a fall, then the others just have to wait. But here it goes, nice and easy.
And the snow starting to fall, or it has been falling.
It's a special course here in Vasaloppet because you have these flat parts in the part on the first 500 meters or so, and then the first and the hardest uphill on the whole course comes directly. It's nearly 5k where it goes up. And here it's going to be tough for those people that choose to go without grip wax.
There are different techniques, of course, in cross-country skiing. The diagonal stride, double poling, as you've already mentioned, kick poling. How difficult would it be for the amateurs or fun skiers to try and double pole the whole way?
That's really tough. The first guy actually who did double pole the whole was Staffan Larsson. He's from Mora, and he was injured. He injured his knee in October, and then he decided that he tried to go Vasaloppet, but the knee didn't heal enough, so he had to double pole the whole way, and he was in the leading group only 10-15k from the finish. He ended up as the 6th person in the race. So that was the first time.
As you can see, thousands streaming through. The start here of Vasaloppet, the 90th. A little bit of history, of course. It is a historical race. Vasaloppet, a legendary event in its own right, being the biggest, oldest and longest race of its kind in the world. It was first run back in 1922, inspired, of course, by a legendary ski run made by future King of Sweden, Gustav Vasa, in the 16th century, as he was fleeing for his life from then King of Denmark, Norway, and indeed Sweden, Christian II. Well, they're not skiing for their lives here. They're certainly skiing for some prize money. 10,000 euros going to the winner of the men's and women's races. And here is the beginning of that hill you were talking about, Krista.
Yeah, and you see Daniel Tunnell, he's double poling up the hill. And the others who has grip wax goes faster, of course, up the hill. But still, you see the two brothers Tunnell are nearly in the lead, even if they double pole. And so the same was with Jörgen Aukland and Anders Aukland. I didn't see what Jörgen Brink was doing. That's going to be interesting to see if he's double poling or not.
And what was interesting to see there was all three techniques were being used: the diagonal stride, the double poling, and the kick poling.
And here's a stop. See here. This is really tough for the people.
Incredible.
They have to wait for a long time before they leave the start field.
A human serpentine going back as the thousands of participants hit the bottleneck at the bottom of the hill.
Probably good for the ice hockey player Peter Forsberg here, when I saw lots of tackling and going on here.
Well, that's indeed correct. One of the all-time greats, NHL favourite, and almost godlike status at home, Peter Forsberg. Played for Colorado, I do believe, in his time. Fantastic hockey player. And Sweden does have a fine tradition, sporting tradition, right across the board. And you consider that there's around 10 million, would you say, nowadays, living in Sweden?
Oh, yeah.
Quite incredible.
19 million.
Quite incredible that they have won as much as they have won. Here we can see the group approaching the first station.
See if anyone wants to get a sprint prize here. It's 200 meters now to the sprint. Normally those people who wins the sprint here at the start with the Förtens Morgan, and they don't win the Vasaloppet.
No.
But they want to win the sprint.
This, of course, isn't the first of the Swix Ski Classic sprints. That's something different entirely.
And maybe Elda running 167.
Some of the fog we were expecting. Of course, fans lining the course where they can. Vasaloppet being shown on national television here in Sweden. Most people will sit down to watch over breakfast or indeed lunch.
Yeah, it was Elda running who won the sprint. It's not. Sometimes it's sprinter, of course, but then you see lots of people that normally are not in top at the end. Bill Impola is a good skier, is up there, and Simon Östensen. And here it comes the whole group. Is Rezak. We haven't seen so much from Rezak yet. I mean, the Czech skier always do well.
Rezak. Top 10 finishes and in all three of the legs so far. In Swix Ski Classics. 6th place in La Diagonella. 7th place Marcialonga. And 7th again at the König Ludwig Lauf.
Jerry Alin was up there too in that group, 12 seconds behind. He's one of the guys who can win the Vasaloppet. Jörgen Aukland, 13 seconds behind, and Oskar Svärd, 13 too.
Oskar Svärd, another multiple winner of Vasaloppet.
Jimmy Jonsson, Team Coop, also always good in the Vasaloppet. Of course, it's only 20 seconds here, it's not so much. One downhill, you can close that gap. Here comes Rickard Tunnell, number 84.
Small pockets of skiers, differing groups. Not everybody, of course, taking on fluids at this first station. Important, of course, in any endurance sports to take on board and rehydrate.
Soon we're going to see how far the first girls are behind here. We haven't seen anything from the girls yet. If it's going to be Serena or
Laila Kuele.
Rickard Tunnell is actually 1.5 minutes behind already.
As you said, early days. Still plenty can happen. So how often has it happened that someone has held all the way?
I think it's only once.
Only once.
I mean, and that was Botvino.
We do have several past winners of the Vasaloppet in this race. Oscar Swad, 3-time winner. Daniel Tunnell, also 3-time winner. Jürgen Brink, likewise. Also Jürgen Aukland. Won in 2008 and last year, of course. And then his brother Anders won back in 2004. Certainly pedigree out there today.
I think here's the first Britta Johansson Nogren, who comes from the Olympics, the Swedish team, Team Skip. She's in the lead. And that's good to see.
Will certainly raise the spirits of the Swedes.
And she's not so far behind the men, the first one. A couple of minutes behind.
So that's an indication how fast she started.
I think the fastest woman who closest to the winner of men was Elin Ek. She was around 4 or 5 minutes behind at the finish line once.
Which is pretty incredible.
Yeah, like top 100 in the race.
Well, there we see it's not going quite as quickly for the fun skiers. Still in Sälen. "45 minutes after the start. And here they are on the first hill.
Just waiting. It got 50 minutes now. And it's still people waiting there. Oh, that must be cold and a bit boring. But they seem to be happy.
There are so many skiers that are capable of winning this race. Now we see confirmation, Mångsbodarna. There you have it. That's what's on offer in terms of points for the team. So well worth fighting for. That's exactly what they're doing now. Once again, it's Espen Harald Bjerke who's taken to the front. There's a United Bakery skier gone with him. Bjerke out in front.
Is Eldar running again? Maybe he's going to win the second one. He won the first in Smågan. It's not so far now to Mångsbodarna. A couple of corners, see how wet it is on the side. The skidoo nearly went down in the water there. Then you have an uphill and then it's a slightly downhill before the sprint. And it's Espen Harald Bjerke seems to be the one of the strongest, but Eldar keeping on.
Diagonal striding by Bjerke. Out in front. Back to the double pole. And now the gliding.
It looks like Eldar, he wants to win the sprints. He's going for those sprint money. Good corner there too. It's going to be a second. Oh, that was close.
That was close.
Maybe a photo finish.
Running, just getting there.
Yeah.
So the first sprint prize going to United Bakeries.
And Lucas Bauer and Resak is up there, 6 seconds behind.
This is a good chance now
Brink.
to see where some of the bigger names are. 16th for Brink, as you say. Puller in 25th.
Daniel 28. No, it's not, but they are all up in that group. Jimmy Jonsson, one of the guys who can win too today.
In terms of time, not too much in it.
Jens Eriksson is 17 seconds behind. That surprised me a bit actually. Oskar Svärd.
Not too many climbs where...
Here comes the first probably girl. Laila Kveli is now leading before. Oh, they are together. 3 girls. This is exciting. And they are
really
girls.
close.
Yeah. 3 girls in 3 seconds. It's Kveli, Britta Johansson Nogen and Annika Löfström. It's good, I mean...
in 9th at the moment, Kveli in 2nd behind Serena Bonnet in the overall standings.
It's a bit sad for the girls here when they start together with the boys, because like in the first ski classic race in Switzerland, they started ahead of the boys, and you can see more how they're going. Here someone can be hidden behind all the men, but now it's interesting when they are together.
Let's see how far they can go in that little trio.
So Rotcheva, 4th. Only 1 minute behind. It's not so much.
Still no Bonnet.
No, it doesn't seem like she has the day today. Oh, here she comes. 1:15 bound, yeah. She could be. It's exciting women's race this year, I think it's going to be, because it's so many good skiers are racing too, and they are so close together. I mean, 5 girls in 1:15.
Hopefully it'll stay that way. When we get to the 70-kilometre mark, we really will have a race on our hands.
Is this the leading group? And there they are. Now the first time I think we see the helicopters up flying. Pretty fast downhills here.
Leading down to the flat ahead of the next hill.
When it's cold days for the Vasaloppet, this part here is sometimes extremely cold down here.
Icy.
Up, 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 up. Oh, oh. Oh, that's what I talked about before.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it's really dangerous when you have people running out on track and giving drinks.
I understand they're only doing their job, but really common sense dictates.
Yeah, they have to stand still and just handle out the drink and not moving around in the field.
Okay. Taking on some water.
It's a drink stop where I think nearly all of the elite skiers are drinking. I hope that nothing happens here now like it was last time we saw it on TV.
Don't leave much room, do they, for the skiers?
I hope the coaches standing beside the track are really thinking about what they're doing. He wants to stay up in front.
I was going to say, I don't know what they had in that water, but it's certainly working wonders. That gap is growing.
But next sprint is Eversberg. It's not so far, and then we're going to see probably Elda running coming up again.
Quite happy to stay out in front at the moment, Bjerke.
He has a bit strange technique with double pulling. He doesn't lose his pulls from his hands at the end of his. You don't see that so often nowadays, but maybe it's because you start to be a bit tired too.
He is in profile.
Holding so hard in his ski pulls.
You'd think that his hands would start clamping up.
Yeah, it could be. But you see, he has also bigger than normal baskets on the ski pools. But now he's really trying to go away. This is not like he just are in the front. He wants to be in the front.
How difficult are they to change those baskets?
It's not difficult. No, it's really. Some of the skiers they plan before to ski with smaller basket at the end of the race, so they change pools closer to Oxberg, but I don't think they're going to do that today, because you don't lose so much to have bigger baskets.
So you can change poles in the race, but not skis.
Exactly. One guy did it, or many probably have done it, but one guy did it and got caught. He won the Jean-Paul Pierrat from France. He changed skis at the end and got disqualified.
Why do you think Norway is so dominant in cross-country skiing? They obviously have the right environment to practice cross-country skiing, but why do you think they are so dominant?
I think many reasons. One is that many young kids, I mean, the big favorite for them, or it's Petter Northug or Marit Björgen. They are so big and there's so much in the media, and everyone wants to be like them. So it's many kids that are skiing and training hard, and also because they know a lot of skiing, and they have good money in Norway and for the team, and they support them extremely well. I mean, the first time they actually failed in waxing was now in Olympics for a long time. They have such a good wax team, and they do everything good in Norway, I mean, with skiing.
Well, here we are then in Evertsberg. And as expected, it is Bjerke who takes the second sprint. Wasn't quite as close as the first one. Here he comes, under the famous arch. Hopefully he doesn't have to pick up that barrel now.
Yeah.
Might slow him down a bit.
The last years has been more like a group coming up to Eversberg, but it's the first time for a while someone is coming by himself. That's good.
Majestic leader. Bjerke.
Clock's ticking in half a minute now. It was over a minute last time, so Jürgen Aukland now is coming up. First time that I see him so high up as third or fourth position.
Martin Rosvall leading the chasing pack.
And Thomas Magne Henriksen, number 10. Lots of Norwegians up there.
Yet again. Team Coop skier. Moving into second spot. Team Centric
Ella Running is here.
The big group,
Them skiers.
centric skiers, really have bunched up here. We see the gap.
1:48. Oh, that's a lot. It's no snow now in the track either, so
Chance that it'll get even wider, that gap.
Lucas Bowers. There's Daniel Tunnell is up there.
The Impula brothers.
Yeah.
Jerry
Bob.
Arlin.
Bob and Bill was up there. Bob, Bill, Jack and Tom are the 4 skiers from that family.
They like English names.
Yeah, family
Short
Ewing.
English name. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. The Ewing family. So a strong performance.
That's good for Britta. And Annika Löfström is coming there too. She's not maybe 10 seconds behind.
Laila Kvele.
And Laila too. So those 3 girls are together still. And see, Annika is skiing without kick wax. So she has been double poling the whole way.
Impressive.
Yeah. See if she has fast skis now when they're coming down the flatter parts of the race. I don't know, maybe Laila Kveli also double pole the whole way, but Britta, I think she was, yeah, she is using kick wax. So that's, we have to see now in this long downhill if Britta has slower skis than the other girls.
Still
because of the grip
Sarina.
wax.
Sarina not in picture as yet.
No.
There's Löfström going through.
Interesting and fun, this women's race this year. More than it used to be. I mean, now it's a race all the way into Mora. And it's here too in the men's race. Because Espen Harald Bjerke, he did something good for the race, I think. Because now something happens. Now they have to do something. They have to think behind in the group, what shall we do now? Coop, they don't have to do it. They can just wait and see what's going to happen with Espen Harald Bjerke. But Team Centric, Team United Bakeries, Tunnel, he's by himself now. He doesn't have a team. I mean, Rickard is too far behind. Is Sarina coming here?
It should be.
Maybe see here when the time comes up. Maybe she
Susanne Nyström in the background there, 5:05. Here she comes.
It was 2:40 last time, wasn't it?
That's
For Sarina to the Britta.
5.
And they are not far behind the top men's group.
No.
The yellow bib there is, I think it's a veteran that have done more than 30 races on. Some of the old guys and women are extremely good, even if they are 60, 70 years old.
I read somewhere the oldest participant this year is 88.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Well, there she is. Bonner just went through.
2 or 3, so she is closing the gap a bit.
Just in front of Susanne Nyström. Are we going to have back-to-back Norwegian wins? Too early to say now, but certainly things looking good at the moment.
I want to see who is going to do something in that leading
In front
group.
of the group.
Yeah. I don't think and I don't hope actually because that Daniel Tunnell's going to do something. I hope some other teams going to. Normally in the group at this stage of the race the other skiers waiting for what is Daniel Tunnel's going to do, because they know that he's in a Vasaloppet all the other years has been the one that taking the lead and chasing others. But this year I know his tactic is not to do that. So, but then
Sit on the
it need
shoulder
to
of someone else.
it need to be someone else that otherwise it's going to be like Espen Harald Bjerke goes away with the victory.
Yeah, it needs to be someone who's pretty aggressive, who means what they're doing, because this gap is quite considerable.
I don't think Resak is a person that could do something like that. If Resak and Jörgen Aukland and Daniel Tunnel wants to chase him now after when they're coming up to Oxberg. Now they are not in Oxberg, they're called place called Björn Arvet.
Back with the women.
It's Laila Kveli. She seems like she has a team-centric helper behind her. Or maybe he just lost the group.
No sign of any of the other women.
So those people that are doing this on 8 hours, I mean, they use gear number 2, diagonal 90% maybe. And those who ski in 4 hours, they use 90% double poling and more. Even those who choose to have grip wax on, they double pole more than 90%.
Incredible endurance.
We don't know so much about how big the gap is now. He's changing tracks a lot. That is
A sign that he's tiring.
yeah, but it's also he gets some extra speed from that too. So if you change the whole time, then it's skating actually. Looks a bit like team centric. Last time we saw them were a bit
Making a move.
yeah.
We'll soon find out. We need to be inside 1.5 minutes.
That's a interesting race, a strange race this year. I think it's nothing that I would
I've predicted.
no, not before, no. Of course, it happened a bit with Anders Aukland not on the start line, and also that Tunnel a bit changed his tactic. Is that
one part of the race? That certainly looks like it.
yeah?
Yeah, here they come. Well, something certainly has happened here. Just outside 1 minute, 1:03.
And do we know who it is?
No, we don't. Looks like one of the Tigers, is it?
Yeah, could it be Jürgen Brink?
He certainly has energy to spare at the moment.
Yeah, I see Daniel is in that group too. Makes me happy.
And proud, no doubt.
Yeah. But it's not.
Should explain perhaps that you're a fitness trainer.
Yeah, I coached him for 5 years now, 6 years. And has been winning the Vasaloppet 3 times, but he's 3.8 seconds from being winning the Vasaloppet 7 times.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, there he is. Now nestled in just behind our leader.
Probably Lagerland goes directly. He should, because now he knows I'm in the lead. Vasaloppet is only less than 15k to go. And this is really big for every skier. just to be in the front when it's a story he's going to tell when
His
he's getting
grandchildren.
older, even if he's not going to win.
But we have to salute Aspen Harald Bjerke for all the hard work that he did.
Oh, he drinks every drink stops he can get. He's out of fuel now.
Gasping.
I see Daniel Tunnel is changing tracks. He's going out in another track now. It's probably going to see, if it's not too slow in that track, we're going to see an attack from him pretty soon. They're all looking for good positions for the sprint.
As I say, points up for grabs for the team.
I think it's still Jürgen Aukland is in the lead.
Norwegian flag, well represented. Still no letting up here. Powering his way forward.
Bad tracks over there. Now they are in Hemus where the ski area is. So it's 3.2 to go, and it's one small uphill, and then we come to this sharp corners where it's going to be interesting to follow the chasing group, but we probably won't see them there.
And perhaps the only place we can expect to fall in that corner. There's the 3 kilometre mark.
Yes, he's tired, but he has lots of power.
Being cheered on by the crowd. Once again, fantastic surroundings. Oh, they're in the background.
Yeah, but
surely it's just not enough track left.
should turn back again to Sälen.
Looking a bit more ragged now, as you say. Surely he's got enough in the tank.
Yeah. It goes down now, and then it's flat to the finish. There was a brewery there before, so sometimes they had for skiers beer that you could get warm, actually.
Not a bad idea.
But they stopped with that now, since the brewery is not there any longer.
Warm beer. Perfect.
Thomas Alsgaard.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah. Legend.
Yeah. He's the
team owner.
Yep.
I'll be very pleased with the way things are developing here. Certainly looks like it's going to be a win for Leaseplan.
Yes, he's done fantastic. Audun Laugaland. Really good race. I think it was clever of him to go where he did.
Just
that
after
time. Yeah.
they caught Espen. And there's the waiting crowd in Mora.
And we will see probably quite a big sprint for
second place. That's going to be really interesting.
He get a lot of drinks if he wants, but he doesn't want that because he feels it's safe now. Yeah, 2K to go.
What a feeling this must be.
That must be fantastic for him. It's 30 seconds now.
Most famous cross-country skiing race in the world, perhaps. There he is. Out in front. Solo Majesty.
Here they come under that bridge.
There's our leader.
It's not far.
Yeah, exactly. It's not as
Yeah, they're not
big
far
a gap
behind.
as it was. Unfortunately for them, and fortunately for our leader, they've left it too late.
Yeah, that's, you see them behind that. But it's
Oh, it's
too
a shame
short.
they didn't go earlier.
Too short distance to go.
Well, they really are shifting now.
Yeah. It's only.
Well, let's try it. If they stay with this picture.
That's
18,
19 seconds.
Surely not.
Yeah, there's only 1K to go. So.
They're closing. They're closing rapidly.
United Bakery skier.
And they are really moving. Well, they're going to be kicking themselves that they didn't start earlier if it's this close. So we are getting a little bit of drama towards the end of this race.
That's one United Bakery skier.
And is that another lease plan behind? Jürgen Brink, perhaps.
Yeah, they're closing dramatically now.
And he is tiring.
Yeah.
Is our leader.
And we have an uphill here pretty soon, leading up to the
what a finish.
final stretch.
What a finish we've got in store.
He's
catching him. And he is tiring dramatically now.
Yeah.
Laugaland.
And
he's going to be caught.
See how the last uphill is.
Does he know? Does he dare look over his shoulder?
He has a bridge now.
They're on top of him now. What a finish this is. And now the gap is down to next to nothing. He's going to take him. He's hit the wall. And now it's United Bakeries who have the win in their hands. Two skiers from United Bakeries, two from Lease Plan. And unfortunately, we've got no bib number. I can't see who that is.
Was it who had the...
Well, neither of them have bib numbers, just to make things even more exciting.
The sprint
it's going to be 1-2.
Is that Kjellstad, must be.
But talk about
it's
perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, what a dramatic finish we're seeing here. Looked as though he had it wrapped up. Laugaland. But he's been leapfrogged by not just one, but two skiers from United Bakery. Well, I'm not sure they're going to be able to deal the wreath out as they usually do. Well, that's
Johan Kjellstad, yeah.
Fantastic.
Dahl first and Kjølstad second.
Yeah.
That's amazing how they did at the end.
Johan Christian Dahl and John Kjølstad. Well, what a fantastic finish. At first, we thought it was going to be Espen Harald Bjerke. He hit the wall. Then it was the turn of Auden Laugaland.
And he was like a safe, so safe victory, and then he lost it at the end.
Absolute drama towards the end there. Fantastic stuff.
So tell us about the race today.
A difficult race, difficult weather conditions, soft tracks, very slow speed in the front, and very hard. But in the end, the course was better. The speed was faster, and it was very important to stay. There were only one track that had the right speed, and when it was 2 kilometers left, I decided to go all in. And if I succeeded, maybe I win. If not, I'm 30 and far behind them. But I tried and I won.
The fastest time by a woman, also a Norwegian, Vibeke Skofterud. 4 hours, 8 minutes and 24 seconds. Some way off of that, but that won't diminish the joy. Huge smile breaking out on the face of Laila Kveli. She's got this one in the bag now. The crowd giving her the applause that she deserves.
I had some information that the Russian girl Rocheva is closing the gap to the 2 Swedish girls. Here Britta comes.
Here's Britta. Britta Johansson Nordgren as we welcome Laila Kveli over the line.
She's happy.
And she really is delighted with that win, as well she should be.
And that was Daniel who skied with the elite group to start with the first up to Evertsberg with the camera on.
Ah, the SVT guy, yeah, okay. Change of clothes for him.
Yep.
Absolutely exhausted, but nevertheless extremely happy.
Here comes Britta.
And here comes Britta Johansson Nordgren. Gonna grab second spot.
It's a tight and tough race, women's race too.
Was indeed. She'll win the Battle of the Swedes. Good performance from her. And another podium place for the Swedish crowd to be happy about.
She's happy.
1:08 behind Kveli.
See if
Very good run indeed.
Annika or Rocheva is the third. Here comes Rocheva. She's going to be
Finished
third.
strongly. Rocheva
And she was
picks up her third place. That's her best finish in this year's Ski Classic so far. 2 fourth places.
Tell us about your race, Laila.
Yes, thank you very much. I had a good day from the start actually, but I just tried to stay under control up the first hill since I skied without kick wax. And when you came up on the top, I just tried to get a good speed and just keep on going hard. And I think around the 20 kilometers I was together with the lead, and after that I felt that I had pretty much control, but Britta and Annika was really good for about 30 left, but then I got a gap and it was just to go all in.
As we look at the times, 4:14. Oh, that's a good race for Jørgen.
yeah.
So Laugaland finished fourth in the end. Looked as though he had the win in his pocket, but congratulations to Team United Bakeries once again. And we have confirmation of Laila Kvelis a win, 4 hours, 31.57. Britta Johansson Nordgren in second, and Olga Rocheva, the Russian marathon team. Good result there for Team Ski Pro. These highlights signalled the end of today's drama, and it was dramatic in the end, at least in terms of the men's race, but there's still more to come, of course. Next weekend, off to Norway for the Birkebeiner-rennet, and then finally leg 6 and the finale, Vasaloppet. Well, thanks very much for joining me today, Christy.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully you'll come back next weekend.
Yes, thanks.
Bye-bye for now.